Okay, hello everybody and welcome to another PHP tutorial with Hirsh Agarwal. And today we'll be continuing the last tutorial where we left off. So basically we had this nice looking login screen and we could just hit login and it would bring you to the website, or if you put in the wrong stuff it would just not work. So it had a pretty good start. Now today what we're going to do is rather than having to create a rather than having to insert values into this table here that we've created on MySql. So let's just open that up and show you. So if you may remember, before we had to insert values manually. Now we're going to make a create account page. So let's start working on that. Basically what you want to do is open up the project, and we're going to create a new file, and let's just save this as create.php save, and we'll just add our PHP tags, save that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to have this on a separate line. No, that's not what I meant, but we're gonna have I'm trying to think about how we want to do this. I think what we should do is we should have this on a separate page, and so say we'll just have a create account button here, and the values in here will be put in. I guess that would work. Yeah, I think that'll work. So let's go to home.php. No, we need to go to index. Okay, so here's the index file. So first thing we want to do is let's just create another button here. So we're going to do form action equals, and it's create.php method equals post, and we'll just close that, and let's just close the form there. I like to do that beforehand. Okay, so now what we want to do is, let's see, yeah, we need to put in a break line so that it'll go, rather than beside this button, it'll go underneath it. And we want to do input type equals submit, oh my gosh, value equals create new account. Just close that, and so that should be good. We can just refresh this page, and oh, it's not in the center, but it worked, and when we click it, it brings us to our new PHP page. So let's just go back and let's do, let's just add in a div tag, div, and then we need to do align equals center, and let's just close that down here. And now I'm doing the div tags inside of the form, but you don't have to do that. You can kind of put them wherever you want. I just like to organize it that way. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so now we refresh it, and here we go. Why is there slash? Oh, maybe there was a line break. And the way we can check is, let's just quickly comment this out. Oh, this is an HTML page. And I can't remember if I've already showed you guys comments in HTML. It's that. And then, just like that, to close it. It would have been much easier just to delete the BR, but... Okay, so we actually don't need this break line, because there's already one there. I have no idea where, but... Okay, so now we have our button, and... Oh, if you guys are wondering what that is, it's because Sublime Text is in beta, and it brings up that message sometimes. Just ignore it. So it brings us to our create.php. Now what we want to do is let's go into the create file, and basically we need to connect to the MySql database and insert our values. So first of all, we need to get the data from the index form. I'm just going to move these around a little bit. Okay, so what we have is named pass, and name user. So we need to get those from the post method. Okay, so let's. Oh, actually, this might not be the best way. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to change the design of this a little. Basically, what we want to do is actually let's put in another text box for creating an account. So what we can do for that is just do input type equals text, name equals user, input type equals text, name equals pass. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is just because it's going to make it a lot easier to program, and I don't want this tutorial to be really long, so this should just help us a little bit. So now if you refresh this, oh, they're not center. Really? Div is here. Now let's just cut that and put it over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Div align equals center. There we go. And now, where's the other one? What? Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Now it's working. So now, this one will still bring us to our home page, assuming you have a login, unless you have an incorrect one. And this one will bring us to create.php. And it's also going to be posting the values in these text boxes. But now we need to actually have create.php do something. So let's go into that file. And first we need to get the data. So we're going to do user. So user, trying to think of the best variable. Yeah, user regular equals, and then underscore post, and let's check the name. We used user and pass, so we're going to do this. User and user pass reg equals underscore post. Pass. Wrong brackets. You have to use these brackets. Pass. Okay. So now it should have gotten both of these variables. And if you remember, the way we check this is just by echoing these variables out. So don't forget your semicolons. So let's just type something in here and create the account, and it echoes all of that data that we just put in without line breaks or anything, but that's okay. So, oh, also we should change this to password so people can't see our new password. So we'll just go to type password. Okay, so now we know it's getting the data, so let's just put in a quick comment saying get user input. Okay. So now we need to just create a few variables. Create local variables. Wow. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure if that's spelled right, but it's fine. So, okay, so this is going to be a Boolean, and basically what it's going to do is it's going to check to see if that user, or that user has already been taken. And depending on, actually I'm pretty sure it's going to be like that. And depending on whether this is true or false, it'll let you create an account or it'll return an error message. And database, so if you remember this from the connect.php, basically we just put in the name of the database. So the name of our database is tutorial. And put a semicolon. What did I just do? Okay, there we go, semicolon. And we need to do password for connecting. We don't have a password unless you set one. And username equals root. Okay. And of course you don't actually have to do it using variables, but it makes it easier if we need to go back and change something usually. Okay. But now we just need to sorry, I just need to think about what we need to do. So main if statement. Basically, this is just going to ensure, we're just going to say if user reg and where's the and user pass, and by the way, that and thing is shift 7, since it took me a second to find that. Okay, so basically this is just going to be a giant if loop, so let's go all the way down there. Okay. So now we need to connect to the database. So connect to database. And what we want to do for this is first we're just going to initialize a connection. So connection equals MySql underscore connect, and it's connecting a local host, comma, dash username, comma, password, and just make sure we put in this. And let's just put in the die statement just in case. Or die. Unable to database. Okay. So basically that will just connect to our database. Well, kind of, not really. Basically this is a variable that allows us to connect using all of this data and put that in something else. But essentially it allows you to connect. And then we do at MySql underscore connect. And now we have to put in, no, wait, hold on, we just did that. Select DB, sorry about that. So we select the database, which is database, because that's our variable here. And then we are going to initialize that using the connection. So that means it's going to log into that using localhost username password. So that just means it's a little bit more easy to read for someone. And then another or die statement. Sorry for my talk. I'm a little sick, so it's difficult to talk about. Or die. Unable to connect. Okay. So now we have both of those. So now we're connected to the database. Now what we need to do is space that out. You don't actually have to do that. Okay, now we need to query the data. So MySql underscore query, and we're inserting values. So we need to do insert into. Now make sure you use backticks here. Is it user or users? I want to check that. Hold on. So and it's good just to keep your database open. So it is users. That's what I thought. So insert into users values. So for the first one, it's going to be blank because that is the ID, and we don't want anyone putting in ID values. And then we're going to put in user reg and user pass, and that should oh, actually I think these need to just be, put those inside there. That'll just, I'm not sure if you need those. I think you do. And okay, so that'll basically insert the values or die. Yeah, this is probably not going to fail, but just put in strange error because that should not happen. And then we're just going to, so let's just say created, and let's just close the connection. Close, and the connection is connection. And okay, so now we just want to have it redirect to back to the index so that someone can log in with their new username and password. So header location index. actually, this needs to be in these things, quotation marks. Okay, there we go. Relocation. Okay, so hold on. Let me just bring this all back up since you can't see it. Okay, so now this is basically assuming that there are values for username and password. Else, and if there aren't, we're just going to echo no. Let's say you need to have both a username and password. Okay, so this should work pretty well. So let's try this. We've saved it. So let's just go back here and let's type in Hirsh. Oh, so by the way, if you're wondering why we didn't use the taken variable, I think I'll do that in the next tutorial. I'll show you how to set it up so that it checks whether the value is already there. So yes, just wait, that'll be coming in a later tutorial. But anyway, so now we can create something like hello 1, 2, 3, create new account. Undefined variable user pass on line 13. User pass. Oh, what the heck? Okay, sorry, I don't know why I put that in there. This should be pass reg. Okay, that was, yeah, I have no idea why I put that in accidentally. Whoa. What the heck? Line 16. No such host is known. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Never gotten this error before. Oh, hold on. I'm thinking that this. Oh, wait. Whoa. I'm thinking this does not need to be there. That needs to be there. Okay, that makes it a little bit better. These are supposed to be white. Just check that if you put that there. That's the thing about Sublime Text. It does all the automatic stuff. If you're not used to it, it can kind of mess you up. Okay, so now it should have worked. So now let's try this. Actually, no. Let's just go to our table and check. And there it is. Hello. And did I put a blank password? Hello. 1, 2, 3. And let's refresh this. Oh, wait. Wow, we didn't insert the password. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, we somehow, well, I somehow managed to miss a whole line. Query insert into user. So basically, we inserted the username values, but we never inserted the password. Oh no, hold on, I didn't miss the whole line. It's in here. I did it on the same statement. Oh wow, here I did it again. It's pass reg, not user pass. I don't know why I kept typing user pass. I guess that's a variable I usually use. So let's just go in here, and you can delete all your old values if you don't want them, which I don't because they kind of cause clutter. Okay, so now let's just create a new account, and it should theoretically have inserted. Good. Okay, so there we go. Sorry about that small confusion. So just make sure you check everything. Just make sure that you type in the right variables. So this was pass reg. This is pass reg. And actually, Sublime Text does this thing where it highlights all the variables where you've used it. It's kind of useful if you want to check. Why did it? Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's always nice. So basically, this now works pretty well. Oh, still says hello. And so it now works perfectly. So now anyone can come create an account and log in. But there still is kind of one problem. Well, more than one problem. But first of all, there's no personalized content. It doesn't really. There's no point in having an account because anyone can create one, and it shows everybody the same page. But so we need to decide what we want this to do, and I'm kind of going to need your guys' help with that. So please leave a comment telling me ultimately what you would like this to do, because right now it's pretty functional to a certain level, but if you want personalized content or something, leave a comment below telling me what you want, and I'll definitely get to that. Also, in the next tutorial, we will work on just adding a little bit more style to this, so we might do a little bit of CSS and stuff. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be coming soon. But anyway, for now, my name is Hirsh Agarwal. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in my next video.